For this craft, you will need
a paper plate, blue paint, glue, and some fish crackers. Of course, you'll also need a paintbrush to paint the paint on with. I'm going to start by painting the inside of my plate blue. This is going to be the water for my fish. Then let the plate dry. Once your plate is dry, you're going to glue on your fish crackers. And you're going to do this by just placing a blob of glue and sticking a fish cracker into it. And then let it dry.
Your final product should look something like this. For this craft, you will need
Shells, or if you don't have those, you can use an egg carton instead. Scissors, glue. To make the turtle, you'll need green construction paper and brown paint. To make the crab, you'll need red paint and red pipe cleaners. You will also need googly eyes for both. If you're using an egg carton instead of shells, you're going to start by cutting out the pieces of the egg carton, the little cups. You'll need 1 cup for each animal that you would like to make. Then I'm going to trim all the way around, especially this part here that sticks out. To make sure that my cup lies even. If it's a little crooked, I'll trim it a little bit more. So then it's nice and stable. To make the turtle, you'll start with your green construction paper, and you're going to place your egg carton cup or your seashell onto the construction paper. Then I'm going to trace a turtle head and arms around my seashell shape. So I'm going to draw a little circle for the turtle head and then 4 slightly smaller circles all the way around to be the legs. And then I might even put a little sliver, a triangular shape right at the end here to be a little turtle tail. Then I'm going to just trace the general outline of my turtle created by the shell. So I'm going to trace all the way around that shell, and then I'm going to take my shell off, and I'm going to cut out the shape I just traced. Trace all the way around my apron. So I'm going to trace all the way around that shell, and then I'm going to take my shell off and I'm going to cut out the shape I just traced. Then I'm going to paint my egg carton or my shell brown. Once your shell or egg carton is dry, you're going to bring it back along with the paper turtle shell you cut out. I'm going to put glue all the way around the tracing of the egg carton, so the inside circle part, right around the edge of that on your paper. And then you're going to put your egg carton or your shell right into the glue and then let it dry. You can also use your glue to put your googly eyes onto the head. And let them dry as well. To make your crab, you're going to paint your shell or your egg carton red. To create the limbs for your crab, you will need 2 pipe cleaners, and you're going to do the same thing on each one. So I'm going to start by folding my pipe cleaner in half. Then I'm going to fold the half into 3 pieces. I'm going to unfold a little bit, but make sure I can still see where I folded. And I'm going to cut off the first 2 sections that are folded. So this piece and this piece, I'm going to cut there to separate it. Then the long side of what I have left, I'm going to turn into the pinching part of the crab. By folding the ends, I fold it and fold it back in and then do the same thing on the other side. I've created a thicker pincer part, and then the rest will be legs, and I'm going to put these all underneath the shell I've already done. Do the same thing on your other pipe cleaner. So fold it in half, then fold 1/2 into 3s. Separate those first 2/3, so 1, 2, cut here, and then the long portion I'm going to fold into the claw of the crab. So I'm pinching where I want the claw to start, and then I'm folding back down towards that point, and then pushing up and folding back in again. And I can just twist it off a little bit if it's sticking out. There's my claw and my legs. Once your egg carton has dried, or your shell has dried, you're going to take your pipe cleaner legs and claws and you're going to glue them onto the inside of the shell or egg carton. So you're going to put glue on the inside and then stick the folded bits into the glue. Once you stick them in, you're going to want to use lots of glue so there's plenty of space for it to stick into. And then, once you've done one side, you're going to want to let it dry. Once the one side has dried, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to glue the other pipe cleaner pieces into the other side. The shell will lie a little more flat and you should be able to glue all sides in at once. Once the glue is dried, you're still going to want to just be gentle and stabilize the bottoms where it's glued in as you do this, and you're just going to fold the pipe cleaners back up so that you'll be able to stand your crab up when you flip it over and the pipe cleaners won't be sticking out in the way. So I'm just going to stabilize them and then fold them over gently. And once I flip it, I can kind of adjust them a little bit at the top here. Now all that's left is add the googly eyes. And I'll just put 2 drops of glue on the top of my shell. Or of course on your egg carton. And then let it dry.
Your final product should look something like this.
I hope you had lots of fun making these summer ocean crafts.
If you made one of the crafts shown in our tutorials, send us a picture at our email, misquahcrafts@gmail.com, and we can feature it in one of our videos.